Hello and welcome to another edition of the Ncast. I am your host Orange, and with me this time is Burnerator and Gomeljack.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello, guys. So yeah,
I finished my move.
yeah. Congrats, Burn.
Woo! And that's it for the Incast this week.
Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, but so what we're actually here for is to cover something that we could not cover last week because Zeta boards decided there was some server issues and we couldn't access our forums, so we couldn't like view any of our pages. So we weren't able to comment on the trimester changes. And since, we didn't get to, we're actually just gonna make this Ncast dedicated to just the first trimester change. So yeah, we've got some things to go over. We've got 16 teams to go over, some of which changed more things than others. So we're just going to go in order of post here, with the first one being Team Minato. Sin is like almost always the first one to post.
Yeah, with his tiny little raccoon hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Tiny but quick.
So, there's only a couple of changes. First off, with disables, they disabled Minato's enhanced jutsu. Now, I can kind of see why, because he hasn't really been using it that much.
Yeah.
But it's still a real good jutsu, the enhanced version. But I mean, I don't blame him, because I did the same thing with Taka Sasuke, because I feel that just him quick firing a Chidori is way better than him charging and getting hit by something.
Well, and I think the idea is more like if you have that enhanced jutsu on and characters try to use it, it's almost like you're like forced to put on Sign Master in order to make it effective. And
yeah.
If you're not willing to spend those 2 extra points, then you might be better off just disabling.
It's true. That's true.
Plus, sometimes them just trying to charge the enhanced jutsu just for a moment sometimes puts them like
in danger, yeah.
In danger of getting hit by
exactly.
ultimate or something happening to them, or the other team getting what they need to like team ult or something.
Yeah.
And that's happened to Taka Sasuke quite a bit. So that's a thing. And Kakashi is getting his kunai back. So
yeah.
I'm guessing that will make him tankier or not waste as many subs, because I know that was the general problem with Kid Kakashi.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
that
just
being
purely guessing that Sin found that he is better with it.
Right. And sometimes it's not bad, because it can knock them out of ultimates and other little things that otherwise. I mean, it's I've definitely seen kunai save people from taking unnecessary damage. So
yeah,
exactly.
It does happen.
I think the only other thing that he did was also for limiters. He gave Ren the 5-element seal and release power limiter.
Yeah. Everything else
both,
is literally
both
the
makes
same.
sense. I mean, she's a giant awakening, and also, her ultimate isn't that great.
Yeah, I mean it's quick, but it's
No,
ultimately pretty.
I don't
short.
even think she even tried to ult at all during the preseason. So
no, yeah.
I think she did a couple of times, but it didn't hit and it wasn't very good.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a cool looking ultimate, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not really good in terms of just like utility.
Yeah.
All right, so Minato's done. On to Zal with Team Hidden Mist.
Yeah, and Mist didn't change
mostly
very
to
much.
support types and item palette.
Yeah.
So first up with the support types, changing Kisame to charge assist, which is interesting. With double charge assist, they're going to be able to spam a lot more, which does kind of fit the whole Mist spammy type deal.
Yeah.
Also, Yager has strike back.
Yeah, interesting. I don't.
So I wonder. So was Kisame the strike back? I wonder.
I would have to
either there they didn't even have a strike back to begin with.
Yeah.
Let me check. It's only going to take a couple of seconds.
I was gonna look, but yeah, I think it's the same.
Season 5 roster customization. And where is Zal? This stupid Mr. Popo. There he is. He was the first one. Support types. Kisame was strike back and Yagura was break guard.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Why'd you unmute yourself just to yawn, Darky?
Very interesting point, Darky. Very interesting point.
Yes, very interesting point.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Did you get the mute buttons mixed up?
Well, no, my mute buttons are both bound to the same like thing for Discord and OBS. So I think like one got muted and one didn't.
Oh, have you been talking this whole time?
Oh, no, actually.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, no. I just had yawn, so I tried to myself.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it showed up.
I think this move was more along the lines of Yagura fitting in more lineups for them.
Yeah.
So they want the strike back more. And Kisame having charge assist, again, they're really good spammers, usually. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense for double charge assist.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Item palettes, let's see, the only changes there. What's the yellow? Is that supposed to be red?
No, the yellow is just
Yellow's
indicating his free pack rat.
Oh, okay. So Zabuza got the most actually the only changes in regards to that. So his down item is tortoiseshell, left is ointment, and right is Book of Mind's Eye.
Interesting. So, yeah.
A little more. It's kind of like a mix. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. It's got offensive with the bomb ball, which is already there. The tortoiseshell for defense, ointment for healing, and then I guess some more defense with the Book of Mind's Eye.
Yeah, it's a pretty defensive palette.
Like a utility palette,
I guess. Mostly tanking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean that's cool. To have the bomb balls as well. Pretty good idea.
And then let's see, no surprise, the release power limiter goes to Yagura.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that either. He has like to awaken and test stuff, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have Hidden Sound.
And for them, Kimimaro is getting his tilt back.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh. What was his tilt?
Kimimaro is getting his tilt disabled.
Disabled.
Sorry,
okay.
Disabled.
His tilt is like a little. He like lunges forward with one of his bones, and then he does like a little combo and knocks you back.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty useful, but he might not use it like amazingly well. So that's probably why they disabled it.
Might hold his aggression a bit. Maybe it just makes him more aggressive without it.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. We see a few changes here to item palettes. Orochimaru, first of all, he has 2 sublogs, right? Let's see. What he has.
I'm thinking because I know we saw some really good sublog like usage in the poison season.
Oh, yeah, the poison tag. Okay.
That's good though. I like that actually.
Yeah, and then Snake Cape Kabuto, he has a chakra seal tag on his down, and 2 chakra renewal bands on his right. And before, he had a chakra inhale tag on his down. He still had
2 chakra.
Yeah, so that's no different.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think that was
interesting because I was thinking that the chakra inhale might have still been good for his down item just to get that the chakra, but he does get a boost to chakra anyways because of his sage, right? He gets increased chakra charge passively anyways.
Yeah, he does.
And he's
So yeah, I mean more chakra based.
He's got the renewal bands, so that's not bad either.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next up we have Heavy Sasuke. The only thing different with him is he was given a 2 kunai rain on his right side. Before he had a Book of the Mind's Eye, so that's a little bit more interesting of a change there. Going for something that's purely just like a utility item.
And that's the one that floats and then it bursts, right?
Yeah, and then it sends out like those little kunai in the area. Interesting choice, for sure. Who knows? It could definitely come in handy. We don't see those types of items used much.
You throw it out and they start going into combo, then maybe they sub behind them, and then the kunai rain hits them, interrupts their combo, and then they can, get something in on them. I mean, you never know.
It could be nice for halting aggression for sure, or maybe like stopping an ultimate or something like that.
Similar to how some things that are more delayed, similar to like, Utakata's like jutsu, that support jutsu, where like the bubbles will just kind of float. They won't initially connect, and then they do, so they're delayed. So same with the kunai rains, which are a little bit delayed when they activate.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can throw off the AI.
Next up, we have Tayuya. The only thing different is that she was also given 2 substitution logs on her down palette, which before she had
sluggish tags.
Yeah, 3 sluggish tags before.
I think that's a good move. I think having that bit of like, I guess support to like get her out in case she like uses up all those subs that she might have.
Well, see, the thing is, with Tayuya, she only gets her up. So that's more of a change to everybody that she's supporting. Because while she's out on the field, all of her left, down, and right is replaced by Dokis.
Oh, you're right. I didn't realize that. Interesting. Okay. So it's more for the other members of the team than herself. I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
That also reinforces why they took off Book of the Mind's Eye from Sasuke and stuff like that. So if they pair Sasuke with Tayuya, then Sasuke would have access to the down, left, and right, which is a bit tankier now.
Right.
Yeah,
that's an interesting setup. Next we have Kimimaro, and again,
a lot of substitution logs.
A lot of substitution logs, yeah. Before he had 3 power mochi, which, I mean, if you don't know what that is, a lot of people haven't used it. It adds more guard break. So it's just, it's stacking on more guard break power.
I think we used that on one of our palettes, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was like Kushi. Or maybe one of Agara's. It doesn't get used very often, and I don't think it really came in very useful for them. It seems like it's just overall better to just go for a scroll that just does that.
Is it more guaranteed?
Yeah. So yeah, they gave him 2 substitution logs instead, which is good. I mean, a lot more substitution log usage. I guess what I was saying actually really caught on, because they really did come in handy a lot in the preseason for a few.
Yeah,
games.
people listen to you. Oh.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
This doesn't feel right.
Why would you listen to the SSG?
Okay, so anyway,
so Yuya has the free release power as well.
Yeah, no, is anyone surprised? No. Okay, all right. Well, let's move on.
No.
No. Next we have Hidden Sand. And they actually made a few changes to their disables.
I see they're keeping Swimsuit Tamari as part of their base roster.
Swimsuit Tamari, yeah, so they disabled Tamari's grab and tilt.
Hey, Darky.
What's up?
Can I make a petition?
Sure.
Okay, so what you need to do is you need to take the model for Swimsuit Tamari and apply it to every single...
Oh my god.
Just do that.
Okay, fine.
Do that.
It will always be swimsuit.
just it should be swimsuit. That's it. Or Tamari swimsuit.
Yeah.
Tamari costume in her swimsuit.
So grab and tilt, whereas previously she didn't have anything disabled. So making some changes. I'm assuming they got some testing in for her in the preseason.
I can see the grab being something, because I mean she's going to be at a distance a lot, so the opportunity for her to even get a grab in is pretty small.
Yeah, I like her tilt though. So I'm interested to know why it was disabled. Probably she just performs better without it, but it's a good tool to like defend her. It's very similar to like Han's at first, and then it turns into a projectile. So yeah,
they're fine. They still have PTS Tamari's tilt, so
PTS Tamari Shuriken being disabled is a little surprising to me, considering they are more damaging than the average Shuriken. Like they're not ranged combos, but they're more damaging for sure. So that's interesting to me. But obviously she'll still have her Chakra Shuriken. As well as PTS Konkuro also having his Shuriken.
They probably did that because she was spamming so hard.
Yeah, maybe
She
so.
doesn't need him. So, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, she does have a very small Shuriken combo. It's like two inputs. So, could be to prevent her from doing that. Support types. The only things they changed here is that they gave Rasa Charge Guard and Swimsuit Tamari Charge Assist. And Tamari previously had Ultimate Sub, and Rasa had Charge Assist.
So they only have one Ultimate Sub.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, there are plenty of teams that have only one, but I generally think it's a good idea if you can fit it. Like, especially, I guess it depends on your team. Like, if you really think that's one of your weaknesses, then it's probably a good idea. Try to get as many as you can, but yeah, no, I definitely think moving Charge Assist to someone like Tamari, who's, you know, not as directly aggressive as someone like Rasa is probably a good idea. However, she could still stay out a bunch, so who knows. But yeah,
and both the Gara type characters, you know, with Gara having the dash guard for protection and Rasa for charge guard, so either
they're both defensive in
either
some
one
way.
could pair well with either the Tamaris or whoever else they kind of want to put it with. So definitely very defensive picks in that sense, but also very offensive for the characters there would usually pair up with those combinations.
Yeah. They did actually change a jutsu default as well. They gave everyday Gara the Sand Shower as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. They already
Not
had
bad jutsu.
Yeah. They already had 5 Kage Summit Gara with Sand Shower as the default, but now they've given it to everyday Gara, and I guess he does better with it. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to that.
I mean, the Tsunami's still pretty good because it comes out and it has a pretty good connection, but the delay of the Sand Shower that kind of comes in and sometimes can waste like 1 or 2 or up to 2 subs sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're both great in their own ways.
Yeah.
Or I've even known instances where like it'll kind of juggle them in the air and allow them time to like get in close before they land and then just get caught up in a combo again.
Such a shame that you guys can't have both, but you know, something we can enjoy instead. Anyway, no, but the cool thing, another cool thing about
just getting more digs in before actually winning PTS Gara. Wow. Wow. Not petty at all.
I'm just joking. Another cool thing about Sand Tsunami is it can hit on the ground, and not many jutsus can actually do that. So that's always been a cool thing about it to me, because there's a lot of support jutsu that come out and that just kind of get wasted because someone's on the ground. But Sand Tsunami is definitely not one of those. So useful one to have, but Sand Shower is definitely really good, and can't fault them from using it at all. Especially if they're going to pair him with Tamari. That could be...
Yeah.
They didn't make any changes to their item palettes. They didn't make any changes to their pack rats, obviously. And they gave
Everyday Gara.
Yeah, they gave him the Awakening limiter, and that should be interesting if he actually does it, because we'd get Shukaku.
Which I think should have been
yeah, it should be on PTS Gara too.
Okay, so we've already had this argument so many times where Shukaku belongs.
I mean, he literally transformed. The only time
I was meaning PTS Gara. It felt like it made more sense for PTS Gara, especially in like a full-fledged form. I was talking about more for just like, because in the anime, that was where you saw it.
Literally, the only time he transformed into Shukaku was when he was PTS. So, like, why? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Or at least give PTS the half-human Shukaku form that was like...
Yeah, that would have been awesome. But no, he didn't get anything cool. Yeah, memes. Next up, Team Kakashi.
Okay, just to be wary, the purple are the new changes.
Okay, he did it backwards.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so they started off with a lot of support type changes, like 4 out of 6.
Like
Kakashi now has Charge Guard. PTS Sakura has Ultimate Jutsu Sub. Naruto has Strike Back again because that's his default stuff.
Right.
And Mifune has Break Guard.
Break Guard is not something we see often, do we? In terms of support choice picks?
No, I wouldn't say it's very common.
Yeah, it's not that common.
Now, as for what was previously being used, Kakashi had Ultimate Jutsu Sub. PTS Sakura had Charge Guard. So their support types were swapped around. Naruto had Break Guard before, and Mifune had Strike Back. So
I think that's pretty good for Naruto. The Strike Back, that's good.
yes.
Having an extra Ultimate Jutsu Sub, so both Sakuras are basically going to be like tanking shit.
Well, yeah, and Naruto, as far as I've seen, he's been in a lot of their lineups too. So, definitely somebody who you use a lot, it would be good to have a Strike Back. Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
Especially in that team they've had where, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. I mean, just that in itself, having a Strike Back in there as well can just help just be even more ridiculous.
Yeah, they didn't have it before, so that could, oh god, yeah. So, as for item pellets, they completely changed Sakura's.
She went shopping.
Yeah. Before she had 2 ointments up, 2 sublogs down, 2 focus tags left, 2 lightning kunai right, and now she has 1 ointment down, or 1 ointment on the up, 3 food pills on the down, 3 paper bombs on the left, and 1 ointment on the right. So interesting. It seems like he's definitely gonna go for that pack
more
rat.
offensive with some sustain.
Yeah, pack rat kind of build on her, which is I feel like pack rat is viewed as a more viable kind of like mainstay scroll with the extra customization point we have. I don't think it was used that much last season just because we had less points to work with. But I think now people, really see the value of the whole double ointment kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but we were one of the couple teams that actually used that to really good effect last season. And it definitely makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The only other item palette change they made was to Sasuke's, and they actually gave him 2 focus tags on his right slot.
I'll say I really like that. That's to help build the team gauge.
Yes.
And again, I'm going back to the team again. Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura. Having Sasuke in the lead to build up that focus tag, or the team gauge,
yeah.
then you get those team ultimates off and where else you need. That's a good. I like that. I like that inclusion. What was it before?
Before it was a chakra renewal band, which is also not bad, but
that's good too. But I think this kind of helps fit the theme a little more. I think of the team and kind of what they're doing. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's especially if they're gonna go for like team awakenings and stuff, which just seems like they are.
Which is also what
especially like honestly, it's really just that that combo, that Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, like just having access to focus tags and being able to let them team ult, and oh god, that team just has so much synergy for some reason. The AIs are just so much better.
Yeah,
when they're on the team.
It's really good because I found, at least I know for us, it was really tough to find a good like 3-man team that really works well together. So having a full 3-man team that is almost like one of your stronger lineups, that's really good.
Yeah, not to mention I actually I buffed the focus tag. So they were actually buffed. Before they only lasted 6 seconds. And then I made them last, I think, 20 seconds. So they can potentially get a lot of use out of those 2 focus. Because before it seemed kind of silly to not make them last a really long time. It seems like it's kind of like a waste.
Yeah. Most people weren't getting focus tags.
Yeah. Yeah, I could potentially make even more changes to them. Like I could make their effects more potent for the future, but we'll have to see how it kind of plays out.
Yeah, basically just kind of gauging the usefulness, how often people use them, and which ones maybe aren't used as often that might be needed just to make them more like tempting to include.
Yeah, definitely. They didn't make any changes to their defaults. They gave their released power limiter to Sakura. So that's
yeah, that's real cool.
As for Team Hokage, I don't think they made any disable. Yeah, Hokage. I don't think they made any disable changes.
The only changes they did, I looked through, were to item palettes and their limiter.
Oh,
the limiter is interesting.
You look at their item palette.
So item palettes are Hokage Naruto's was completely changed.
He went to Macy's just like Sakura did.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 sleep tags for the up, 2 bomb balls for the down. Left is 2 lightning kunai and 2 ointments. So essentially a ton of CC and some bomb balls.
Let me see what he had.
Yeah. It's an alright setup. I've used it in the past with Bijou Naruto and some of my other guys for the playoffs, and it works really well. It creates nice openings, but you got to rely on your guys to actually take those openings.
Right.
Well, with how aggressive I did see Hokage Naruto being in the preseason, I could see that actually, if he keeps that same aggression, that could be pretty good. Like, you know, as soon as he maybe finishes his combo, he throws a lightning kunai, stops him, goes back in. They get back up, sleep tag, bomb ball. You know, if they have a strike back, that would trigger the strike back, and then just reset everything. So definitely not bad. Definitely a nice. Nice stuff he got.
It looks like the only actual changes are going from chakra renewal beads to some bomb balls, and the rest is just switching it around places.
Yeah, I guess depending on how like the slot usage was, which is good. I'm glad to see people paying attention to that. So yeah,
their limiters are both on Tsunade, 5-element seal, and released power. Tsunade.
Not bad considering they've been giving her the 5-element seal anyways, so that saves them an extra scroll. And then the released power to make use of her. If she does awaken, she gets a huge she gets regeneration, right? Just a regenerator as part of that, right? Yeah, that's great for free. That's amazing.
Yep.
Now it's only when she's swapped out, but still good to have.
Yeah.
Only when she's on the field.
Yeah.
If you want everybody to have the regenerator, you're gonna have to purchase it with points.
I got you. So because of this, since it's her awakening, it's for her exclusively. It's not shared throughout everyone on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same with our stuff. We don't get chakra control on everyone.
Yeah.
Now we would on most of our guys because most of our guys, all of them are just turkeys. So actually,
another example would be Jugo. Jugo has the it's not released power, but the other one which increases the duration.
Lasting energy.
Yeah, lasting energy. He has a passive lasting energy because he has the curse mark, because the curse mark is from Jugo.
Yeah.
So while he's out, and only while he's out, the awakening will last longer. But if he switches out, then it'll go by faster. That kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
speaking of,
you're about to get to your team.
Yeah. So a lot of the I can just go through the changes real quick.
Go for it.
So we went with 5-element seal on Jugo because we don't want him to use his ultimate as much, and it seems like a universal thing that he just wants to use his ultimate no matter what, no matter which AI.
Right.
So 5-element seal should curb that a little bit, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Then release power on Madara because his combos are insane, like actually insane. And also on Kakashi AI, he seems to want to awaken, so that's good.
Yeah, damn.
You've seen a couple of our tests, haven't you?
Yeah, it was nice to see. I mean, considering how difficult it was to actually get him to do it in the first place, finding the AI that actually wants to tend to do it now actually makes it less gimmicky and actually more viable.
Yeah.
I legit have to thank you guys, both you and Sound, for helping me find Kakashi AI for Madara.
Oh, no problem.
That's like
That's
the
like
only
the
one that's
AI.
actually been working. Yeah.
That's why we were helping test each other out, just to maybe help get that extra bit of data to maybe find what we need, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Anthony had everybody testing against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Kind of like that.
let's see. There is, as far as disables, Takasasuke got his grab disabled. Because he wasn't really utilizing it that well, and he didn't really use it that often. But Madara got his enabled because on Kakashi AI he does use it well. Doesn't use it that often, but he does use it well.
Interesting.
Yeah. As far as support types go, Suigetsu went on break guard because we were planning on FA benching him.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. We just needed to make sure that he wasn't strike back. And break guard usually isn't used, so it's just a placeholder free. It would have been either break guard or what you call it, fire support. But break guard is marginally better than fire support.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The only other change is Takasasuke goes to dash cut because he seems to have better synergy with the rest of the team, and same with Madara going from dash cut to ultimate jutsu sub.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, and I know in some of the lines Madara has been in, sometimes he takes a he can be kind of more in the back role. He doesn't tag in as much, so him being in the back works great because then he can tank those ultimates and still help the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was another big huge consideration with that.
Nice.
As far as item palette goes, every single item palette is the same except for they're mostly in different places.
Gotcha.
There are 2 sublogs, 3 tortoiseshell pills, 2 ointments, and 1 book of the mind's eye because I was sick and tired of my team running through all of their subs and just taking a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, this is like tank.
Yeah.
The fucking item palette.
Yeah. Exactly.
Screw offense. You got defense here. You already got the offense in spades anyway.
Right.
Yeah, we pretty much do. I mean, look at Jugo.
Yeah, you don't really need any help from the item palettes there.
Yeah, we don't. The only other changes were to costume stuff, and that was just switching some like, hey, warrior now gets Chidori instead of the default, and now every day has default instead of fireball.
Yeah.
Because we were playing around with using his melee ultimate instead of his ranged ultimate. Because his ranged ultimate he never seems to use. His melee ultimate does a lot more damage. He does like to use it. And while it doesn't always hit, if he does a team ult where he initiates, it's going to do a lot more damage.
Right.
So, I mean, why not?
God, I just realized that you have as many costumes for EMS as you could have a full team with a free agent.
Right.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's crazy. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, just wait. If I were to still be Taka's captain next season and I were to get, like, Tailed Beast Bomb Naruto...
Oh my god.
He has 8 costumes, bruh.
Granted, he has less, like, options. He only has, like... He doesn't have... Actually, he doesn't have any jutsu or ultimate options. So...
Yeah, it's just...
No customization.
Costumes.
Yeah, but still...
Still,
yeah.
So many costumes. Onto Cloud.
Yes. So the limiters.
Yeah, those are the only changes.
Yeah.
It's just the limiters.
So there is one thing. Free release power was given to Sakon Ukon, and the 5-element seal was given to Darui, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
I don't... His ultimate is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's also one of the reasons why the UCS ban was in effect last season.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, maybe they've had better, I guess, options or data with him without it, or without him using it as much. I mean, but it's strange. It'd be like us doing the same thing for like Sarada, because that was also like her ultimate's really good too.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, I think the direction they're trying to go with him is more of a melee focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, it's not bad trying to get something different out of the team. It's just what we've always been used to is him being kind of more of the ult character, the one hasn't really good ultimate. So he still might ult in general. He still might ult just with costing more chakra.
What's the other change you were saying?
The change is something I only know because I heard Poncho talking about it. He re-enabled Sakon Ukon's tilt, but he didn't say it. Like, he just listed it. He doesn't have it among the disables listed here, and he didn't label it in red. But it's not there.
I don't think I actually did that in the default files if it wasn't labeled.
No, you didn't.
I think I only
but
did the
I did it. I did it later. Which is good that I ended up doing it because.
Well, no, you wouldn't have known. I mean.
Yeah, no, there's no way you would have known, but it's good that I ended up doing it later because it didn't actually have like a damage area, so I had to insert one myself. And adjust the damage accordingly and stuff like that. By the way, that tilt with ultimate tilt, it is as good as damage wise. It's as powerful as third Raikage's tilt, but it's a trap, so they can step on it.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. Now it doesn't actually light them on fire like I thought it did. And I'm kind of glad it doesn't, because with those two things combined, that would be, that would be way too powerful. Like, way too powerful. So yeah, that is the only other change that they made.
Okay. So then on to Stone with Jiraiya the Gallant.
Yes.
So Datara has his melee back.
He does.
Just has his grab disabled. So that's neat. That's interesting.
Yeah, it could be good because Datara is definitely one of those melee characters that likes to dash in a lot and do melee combos, and it doesn't. Him having his melee off doesn't stop him from doing that. He just still dashes in and then is either gonna.
And then he can't. He just sticks around.
Yeah, either he throws shuriken at point blank range, does a tilt, or he chakra dashes backward. So
yeah, exactly.
Having the melee on
I've seen
is
it
good.
Several times in tests where like Datara's going in.
Yeah.
And he can't melee, so he's gonna go out, then he's gonna go in.
Yep.
There's no actual shuriken being tossed.
Kind of.
Back out, back in. Let's get aggressive. Wait, no, I can't do this. Let's back up. Wait, no.
It kind of causes him to just do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Be a little derp fuck with his art.
Yeah.
Yes.
Artistic.
So, I do know that he is their FA bench. So, in terms of any data they would get from that change, would only probably be seen in
oh yeah,
tests.
We could probably actually go over that after these changes and just kind of like, because we didn't get to do that before, because we weren't able to look at lineups. So
just go over just their FA bench, pretty much. Yeah, because we went over kind of.
Only have like half
well,
an hour.
We're moving at a good clip right now. So, okay. They did make some support type changes here. A few of them actually. 4. So, Han is given strike back, which is pretty cool. Before he had dash cut. Onoki was given dash cut. He previously had ultimate substitution. Mu was given charge assist. He previously had the strike back. Roshi ultimate jutsu sub. And he used to have charge guard. So they've dropped down to 1 charge guard.
And 1 ultimate jutsu sub.
Yeah, and then they have 2 charge assists now. So
yes. With one being kind of the FA bench version. So.
I definitely think that this is probably a better setup because Han in himself is a tanky character, and thus him being dash cut is not really going to be useful to him.
Strike back, you mean, right?
No, I meant like on it. Like, yeah. It's not really going to be useful if he's the dash cut. It's more useful if someone else is dash cut and so can help, offset some aggression. And I think Onoki also not being an ultimate jutsu substitution is a very good thing, because that takes him out of the match, and he's not able to spam for a while. So I think those are good changes.
His spamming is real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
And Mu, I feel like, is often like in the background, like he doesn't come out too much. So I think he is definitely a good candidate for someone to be like a charge assist.
And same for Roshi as well. I don't feel he's always out as often.
So yeah, I mean, support types is very solid choices here. I think there's a very strategic idea behind these changes. And yeah, I think it's just good there overall. The next thing, they changed a couple things on their item palette. Oroki was given 2 ointments on the top slot, whereas he had 2 substitution logs before, and then 1 Book of the Mind's Eye on his left slot, where he had 2 chainmail.
So to kind of make up for the lack of sublog, he got Mind's Eye, and he got a little sustain with the ointments.
Yeah. And then Datara. His was changed.
He got the sublog and the chainmail.
Yeah, he got sublog and chainmail and tortoiseshell pills. He had tortoiseshell pills before, but he had 3, and now it is changed to 2. His ointments are gone. They were replaced with the sublogs on the top slot, and the in the left slot, which was Book of the Mind's Eye, replaced with chainmail, as you said, which could be actually pretty useful for someone who is often at shuriken range. So yeah, didn't change any defaults. As for their free limiters, 5 element seal was given to Han, and release power was given to Roshi. And I have yet to see Roshi actually awaken in the league, but I know he has in test, so I will be excited to see him eventually do that. And maybe even on a team with Han and Naruto. God, that would be amazing. Yeah, so that's for Stone. Moving on to Guy. Guy is the...
Yeah, and I don't think Guy really did that much.
No.
It looks like just 3 things. First up, Wanderer Sasuke had his shuriken disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You also look at the palettes for War 1010, and she had her ointments, her down become a 1x ointment and have her pack rat be up and down. That's a common thing we see with people with a free pack rat.
Right.
They just go for four ointments because it's double the normal.
It's pretty optimal.
Yeah. And then her right is 3 power mochi. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
Yeah.
Could be nice on a ranged fighter.
Yeah. Her item palettes before were down 3 power mochi and right 1 ointment. So they basically just swapped it around. Huh. But they must have noticed that she uses her down more or something like that.
Well, and I know in the couple weeks too, not just that, but the fact that I've noticed she's been a little more melee too, and she's been more like in their face, like with some of her melee combos, and then she'd also back off too. But I felt like whereas previous seasons she'd be more back, she was actually kind of doing more so what PTS 1010 just does.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I could see these changes actually being pretty good for 1010.
Yeah. Also, Neji gets a free released power.
Huh.
So that's fun.
Yeah. Interesting that they chose him.
That's real cool.
No chakra for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So next, Asuma. I got this. I got it. I got it.
You got it.
You got it. So no disables. Everything's the same for them for that part. The changes they have here: support types, PTS Choji, charge assist, and Kakazu Ultimate Jutsu sub. Now, what were they before?
Let me find. Scroll through the thread to look. Okay. Before, PTS Choji was Ultimate Jutsu sub, and Kakazu was charge assist, so they just swapped.
And again, as we know who they free agent benched, I can see why they did that change. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nothing changed. The item palettes looks all the same, and of course, Kakasu's got the release power, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's not really a surprise. But not too many changes though from Asuma. I mean, they weren't that bad. I guess there just really wasn't much to change.
Yeah, Anthony isn't really one to like change a bunch of stuff at once. I think it's more of like a gradual thing for him. Even last season, I didn't notice them make very many changes from trimester to trimester.
It worked for him. So,
yeah. So why fix what isn't broken?
He is the champion, so I mean, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Of course, he has to be the champion. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
Fine.
It's fucking.
None of us got cucked at all.
Nope. Not at all. Kakazu gets the free
cast. Yeah. Next up is the Akatsuki. First up is Konan. Disables have changed. Previously she only had her grab disabled. Now she has her shuriken disabled instead. Pain previously only had shuriken disabled, but now has tilt and grab disabled as well. Interesting to me because I think those are very good tools for him. But he could be more aggressive without them. That is definitely something to consider. Support types, the only thing they changed there is they gave Toby break guard. Interesting. Previously he had strike back, so now they just don't have a strike back.
They have no strike back. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not that that can't work. I mean, you don't see many teams not use it, but it's definitely not going to hurt them if they, don't have it. I mean, and possibly break guard might prove very helpful for them.
Could be. Yeah. Item palettes. They have the same item palette for every character. So, the thing that they changed was their down and left palettes. On the down palette, they changed the 2 lightning kunais to 3 tortoiseshell pills, and the 2 food pills to 2 chakra recovery potions.
Very like pretty defensive. Palette.
And then for free limiters, Sasori was given release power, and Toby was given the 5 elements. So.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Okay, I wanna say it's kind of weird, but kind of like he might have done that to try and throw off his opponents because Sasori is FA benched. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that might have been what it was.
I mean, he may be planning to maybe use a Sasori a little later in the season, possibly. Maybe
Could
he
be.
Just wanted to get some more data on his other members, possibly.
Yeah. But alright, next up is Uchiha. They only made 1 disable change, and they disabled RTB Sasuke's kunai. And then they changed 4 support types. Someone wants to read off what they changed.
Sasuke, Rotoboruto Sasuke, he's a strike back. Shishui's charge guard. Madara got the charge assist. And PTS Sauce got the ultimate jutsu substitution.
Okay.
Ultimate jutsu.
Yeah.
He likes to take ultimates, we know that.
Yeah, so previously on Dragon Ball Z, RTB Sasuke.
Man, I'm looking forward to that game so goddamn much.
But RTB Sasuke had an ultimate substitution before, so that was given to PTS Sasuke.
Okay.
Shisui had chakra assist or charge assist. It now has charge guard. Yeah, and that was given to Madara. Yeah. Madara had charge guard, that was given to Shisui. So you
and PTS Sasuke probably
had strike back.
Switched them around.
Yeah. Item palettes. The lot actually did change.
All the Uchiha inbreeding and shit, just sharing.
Wow.
Gross.
Wow, you gotta go there. Wow.
Wow.
No wonder Donzo liked them so much.
Oh my
Looks right at the camera. Alright, anyways.
Item palettes.
Madara gets 2 chakra recovery potions. Left gets the food pills. Right gets Piper bombs.
Yeah.
So that's it. More of a utility / chakra heavy ish
Yeah, previously
it's a lot of utility essentially.
Oh yeah. Previously he had 2 food pills on the up slot, 2 lightning kunais on the left, and 2 bomb balls on the right. So
yeah,
they
so
swapped.
instead of bomb balls, they went for paper bombs.
Yeah, which I can see that.
Probably have a better rate of connecting. You know, a little more range, comes out a little faster.
Actually, I mean, I feel like bomb balls actually have a little. Well, it depends on how they come out because they actually have physics.
If they're on a water map, they'll just float, right?
Yeah.
Bob and
Yeah, I mean they're bad on a water map, but still.
They're kind of like Rin's log on a water map.
Yeah, but paper bombs are really good in their own way too. But yeah, Shisui used to have Book of the Mind's Eye on his down slot, Chakra Recovery Potion on his left, and 3 bomb balls on his right, and now has 2 tortoiseshell pills on his down, 2 sublogs on his left, and 2 paper bombs on his right. So again,
some sub-related, some bomb-related, and still.
RTB Sasuke used to have Kunai Rain on the up slot and Chakra Recovery Potion on the down slot, and they just swapped those. So Chakra Recovery Potion is up, Kunai Rain is up.
Sounds like we're talking about stocks.
Yeah.
Sounds like. And
Kunai
Rain's
down.
Kunai Rain's down. Sell them. Sell them now. Sell all of them.
Move your offshore accounts.
Take it away from the Uchiha. They will take all your money.
Stockpile your ointments. Stockpile your ointments.
Diversify your portfolio.
Diversify your lightning kunai.
Default. RTB Sasuke.
Don't just put your lightning kunai in a jar and bury it in the backyard.
You have to invest.
Let it gain interest.
Call stash now.
Use a pack rat. Trust me, it's a good investment.
It will double the investment value. Make sure to put it on the up, never on the down.
You want to spread out your ointments. And then you want to...
What's even better if you are a hoarder? Then...
you can double them.
You can double up your doubling.
Okay, that's enough.
They say they're doubling.
Doubling?
Yes.
We are just Uchiha.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, man.
RTB Sasuke.
It's Inferno style fireball jutsu,
which is
the Onyx, whatever the fuck.
He had
Chidori or whatever,
he had the I don't even
Heaven
know what
Chidori?
the fuck the name of the thing is, but
I'm pretty sure it was like Heaven Chidori.
He throws these shuriken, and then they hit you, and he teleports to you, and then he gets you. Yeah, something like that.
You're saying it's a Heaven
I know,
Chidori.
something like that. But Inferno style fireball is better in my opinion for a few reasons.
Oh yeah.
So it's a good change to me. And then PTS Sasuke, they changed his jutsu default for his black uniform to fireball, and I think it was just Chidori before because they didn't specify customization for it. But yeah, that's good. Fireball is good, and the only costume they have Chidori on is the default. So
Woo,
pretty cool.
On to Sage.
Yeah.
Lots of changes here.
Yeah. I think definitely
it was needed.
The team with like one of the most changes here, yeah. If you want to get into disables, we have Jiraiya with the grab disabled. Mitsuki has his shuriken re-enabled.
Okay, nothing disabled.
Yeah.
Sage Madara is grab disabled or grab disabled.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
Supports, let me pull up their old.
So supports. Danzo has charge guard now. Mitsuki has charge guard. Sage Hashi, ultimate sub jutsu, and Sage Kabuto has strike back.
Okay. So Danzo previously had ultimate jutsu substitution. Mitsuki previously had strike back. Sage Hashirama previously had Charge Guard, and Sage Kabuto had. Wait, I already listed Kabuto. Who else am I thinking of? Oh God.
Hashirama?
Hashirama, yeah, he had Charge Guard. So
looks like they're just kind of swapped around a lot.
Yeah.
Like the Donzo didn't have Ultimate Juice for good reason. Strike Back Siege Kabuto's good because he's in a lot of lineups.
Yeah.
Mitsuki because I feel like he kind of doesn't come out a lot, I guess. So good for him to be. That's good for him to have in a more support role. Not bad changes.
Yeah. And then next up we have item palettes, and there's actually like a lot here.
Woo!
Yeah.
Donzo.
The whole team went on a shopping spree.
Yeah. Donzo has 2 sleep tags on his left slot now.
Because he's old.
Yeah. It is worth noting the reason that there are so many changes here is because in the preseason they all had the same palette, which was 2 ointment on the up slot, 2 lightning kunai on the down slot, 2 food pills on the left slot, and 2 sublogs on the right.
And I can see teams doing that for just knowing what you're going to have in every lineup, but sometimes I kind of like building towards somewhat of the strength of maybe that character or what teams you build in that character.
Yeah.
Can also be more beneficial, I think.
It's what I personally prefer to, but I can see it both ways.
I can see both, yeah.
So let me get this straight. So Donzo, he's old and he needs to sleep, so he carries around Ambien. Then he just goes into fights and just shoves Ambien into the. That's not good.
Well, he
that's a strat.
He rubs his lightning eyes with it.
Jesus.
He polishes it on the sublogs and then rubs the Ambien on the lightning kunais just to make it slide in better.
Okay, so so Donzo's got 2 sleep tags. Jiraiya's got the Chakra Seal tag on the up slot, 2 ointments on the left, and a Book of the Mind's Eye on the right. Mitsuki has a Book of the Mind's Eye on the up slot.
Take this, kiddo.
2 ointments on the down, 2 lightning kunai on the left, and then Sage Hashirama has everything change. Chakra Inhale tags up, 2 ointment down, 2 lightning kunai left, and 3 food pills right. Okay.
8, yeah, I got you. You were trying to make sure.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure it was 8. Sage Kabuto, guard break attack on the down, which is interesting. Not many people use that.
No.
2 lightning kunai on the left, and I'm gonna assume that's 2 chakra recovery potions on the right. I don't know what you did, Burn, but I'm gonna assume that it's 2 in each, because that makes the most sense.
What?
They didn't label how many chakra recovery potions they had in Sage Kabuto's, like...
Oh yeah, just fucking 2 of each.
Okay.
I figured.
Sage Madara had Book of Mind's Eye on the up slot, 3 sluggish tag on the down, 2 ointments on left, and 2 lightning kunais on right.
Don't see too many sluggish tags either very often. So.
No, you don't. Which, I mean, that's cool.
I like seeing different items on palettes. You don't know how they're gonna work.
Yeah. And then the limiters. 5 element seal went to Sage Madara, and release power did as well.
Makes sense. His ultimate is kind of it's cool, but it's pretty ass in terms of like same with like Obito's, because it's just so hard to like connect. It comes out so slow, and the range is fairly small. So I can see that. And then his awakening is pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I can definitely see where they're coming from with that. So yeah, overall, a lot of changes for Sage. And I think it's good. I think it's good that they're moving stuff around for sure.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
next, Kurenai. I don't know if they've made too many changes. Doesn't look like disables. Hinata has her kunai disabled, and Shippuden Kiba has his tilt disabled.
Shippuden Kiba.
The one and only.
Has his tilt disabled.
Yeah.
Support types, PTS Shino is the only change.
And you got Ultimate Jutsu sub. What was it that he had before?
Okay. He had cover fire before.
Cover fire. Okay.
So yeah, I think that's an improvement. And
yeah, I'd say.
Item palettes, a few changes here if you want to go list them off.
Actually quite a few, actually. Yeah. Decent amount of palette changes. So, Shippuden Shino, his only change was his down item is food pills.
Before he had 3 paper bomb. So,
okay, so a little more, I guess that's still kind of offensive in a way, just not as more physically.
Yeah.
But you get the food pills, it's not bad. PTS Shino, his down item now is Lightning Kunai, and his left item is food pills.
Down item used to be 2 food pills, so they just swapped the placements.
Okay. Shippuden Kiba, a down item, Lightning Kunai.
Was 2 sleep tags before.
Probably better choice, I think. That's a good one. Lightning Kunai. PTS Kiba. His down item, Lightning Kunai, left food pill, and right chakra renewal band.
Before he had 2 food pills on the down, 2 Lightning Kunai on left, and 2 chakra renewal band on the right.
It's kind of like just mixed around. I've noticed a lot of Lightning Kunai and food pills on their team here. Very popular pick for them. Now, PTS Sonata has her whole thing changed. So her up item now is ointments. I don't know what healing ointments.
It's a healing ointment.
It's better than a basic ointment.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What do you guys don't know that?
Better than a lot of things.
It's got a better rarity.
So that's the voice I was trying to do. Your voice. Go on.
Better than a poke in the eye.
It's doing so it's better.
So good. Down is chakra renewal bands. Left is food pills and more healing ointments to round out the ointments on the right spot.
So before PTS Hinata had 2 healing ointments on the up slot, 2 food pills on down, 2 lightning kunai on the left, and 2 chakra renewal bands on the right. So similar to PTS.
But spreading out the healing ointment.
Yeah.
Gara also got a full item makeover, or at least a reorganization. So he also has a healing ointment. Again, only in 1 slot though. Up item, down items, shot run pills. Shot runs, not short runs. Shot run pills.
Yeah, it's shot run.
It's
food
supposed
pills.
to be shot run.
Yeah.
Is it shot runs?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Damn it.
You look like an asshole.
Asshole. No, I thought it was something
No.
else.
I get scrub.
Damn it.
Fucking scrub lord.
Left is food pills, and right is Book of Mind's Eye.
So before he had healing ointment on the up and the left, 3 sluggish tags on the down, and 2 poison tags on right. So yeah, interesting changes overall here. They can't use any tortoiseshell pills. They obviously didn't.
Yeah, because you got Agara.
Yep. That'll happen.
What? Gomo got something wrong. Spit on him.
Oh my
Spit
God.
on the non-believer.
Get fucked.
Do it. In my mouth. Do it.
Okay. Anyway, fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
This may be the last video I'm in. Nice seeing you
banished.
all. I'm gonna pursue my passions.
To the shadow realm with you.
Where spitting is considered a greeting. Thank you very much. I will go there.
So our limiters. 5 element seal.
That was a great food.
Yeah. 5 element seal was given to Wargara, and release power we gave to Kushina. The only disable changes we made is we disabled Kushina's tilt and enabled Fu's shuriken. So that is
Sure you can.
Sure you can. Item palettes we actually changed a ton. So let me. Okay.
I'll go over the what we have now.
Okay.
So Sage mode Naruto, his down item now is ointment. Left is chakra renewal band, and right is ointment.
Yeah, so before he had 2 chakra recovery potions down, 1 chakra inhale tag on the left, and 2 chakra renewal bands on the right.
He had a lot of chakra related stuff, and we noticed at least in or some of the tests and just the matches that he liked to use a lot of his item palette.
Yeah.
So this is to kind of hopefully make use of the ointments, basically kind of serving the role of what Gara used to, just because that was kind of what Gara similarly used to have.
Yeah. And he still has chakra renewal bands, so he still has a chakra related item.
He still does, yeah.
Yeah, so and lightning kunai for possible CC, the best thing to happen.
CC into ultimate or whatever,
Yeah.
Fu, her whole palette changed. Her up item, defense breaking tag.
3 of those.
Ointments on the down, on the left 2 substitution logs, and then on the right 1 ointment.
Before she had 2 ointments on the up, 2 chakra recovery potions on down, 2 lightning kunai on left, and 2 chakra renewal bands on right. So yeah, whole thing changed. Again, another ointment situation because you sat down and really analyzed like the item palette usage.
She loved using items.
Yeah. Specifically the down and right.
Which is kind of the opposite of how she was last season.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Then we have Kushina.
Her whole palette changed as well. She has on the up a substitution log, down focus tag, ointments on the left, and right food pills.
Yes. So Kushina, before she had 1 chakra seal tag up, 1 book of the mind's eye on the down, 2 ointments left, and 3 food pills right. And then we have...
Don't forget the right food pills, not the wrong food pills.
Oh, sorry about that. War Gara.
On the down, he's got food pills. Left is substitution logs, and right is chakra inhale tag.
Yeah, so before we had 2 chainmail on down, and then left and right both with 1 ointment each. And that wasn't really working, so obviously changed that.
Yeah.
And
no ointments on him at all.
Yeah. PTS Gara.
Substitution in the up and on the right focus tags.
Yeah, before he had 1 chakra inhale tag on up, 3 power mochi on the right.
And Sarada, down 2 substitution logs, and on the right a chakra renewal potion.
Okay. Before she had 1 book of the mind's eye on the down and 3 paper bombs on the right. Yeah.
Pretty much we kind of got rid of a lot of the mind's eyes. Made
Yeah.
use of the substitution logs.
Mm-hmm. And then we made a couple changes to default. So we gave Sage Mode Naruto's normal outfit Rasengan Barrage, which is his default. And then we gave School regular Rasengan, which spams ultimate more. And so his more ult spammy kind of things are going to be both School outfit and poncho, so you'll be seeing those more often.
Naturally, the better costumes,
Yeah. And then War Gara, we changed his ultimate to Sand Prison Spear Attack, which we find him to be way more aggressive.
Yeah, he doesn't really use the ultimate, but that's, for us, it's not the point. He's just very aggressive. We already have enough people that like it, so we don't need him.
Yeah. And that's it for Trimester changes.
Woo!
So yeah, like I mentioned before, the only thing we have left to run through are the inactive benches.
Which should be pretty good. Let's see here.
Yeah,
So,
it should be quick. So we'll start with us, I guess. We'll go down from the top. So we inactive benched Sarada, which, some people might be questioning that decision, and I can understand why.
Fucking why, though?
Because there are a few reasons. First and foremost, I think focusing on our base roster is the most important thing. It's not that we never plan to use Sarada, because we do plan to use her, and that could happen.
You're looking for the gains, is what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to rely too much on her because I know that we don't have to. But in instances where I feel like it would be definitely beneficial to, I would like to use her.
And your funeral. It's fine with me.
Wow, Burn. Wow.
Could you say that, Burn?
Oh, I can't believe you say that.
How could you say that? Hidden Sand.
Sand. I got Sand here. So they free agent benched the Kank.
The Kank. I'm a little disappointed, but I can see why.
But yeah,
they didn't get much data on him, and I really can't blame them for moving into this first trimester without him.
Kanky Ray.
Kanky
Ray. Kanky Ray.
It's just kind of disappointing because both puppet users.
The Kank makes them sore.
Kind of spoiling a little ahead of time, but we already said this earlier. Both puppet users got inactive bench, so kind of a bummer. But I can understand it. Burn. You don't have these pulled up, do you?
No.
Okay. I'll read it off next. Next we have Hidden Sound, and their inactive bench is Shirobo.
I'll start.
I am surprised.
Are you?
I cannot believe Shirobo.
I mean, Shirobo's not bad.
Crap. He's not bad for what he is. He's way better in the hands of a player, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of the league, I think he is one of the worst characters, specifically. Like, unless you really work hard, find a really good set of disables, and get rid of that fucking tilt. I feel
like he's just a more balding PTS Choji.
But it's also...
Kinda.
But also Sound has the luxury of not having to do that. So...
Their base roster is strong in itself, so... It makes the most sense, get the most data on your base team,
and he is their free agent, so they don't really lose anything. He's nobody else can take him, so that is the thing. And I just want to throw this out there. I don't think he's like terrible in terms of performance. I think he did okay, but I think he was just like average.
I think it determines what team he'd be on, what options are available to him. There's a lot of factors that may determine his effectiveness.
Right.
I personally feel that there are way better options than him. That's why I shit on him constantly.
I mean, I think so too, and I think definitely not having the tilt would have helped a lot, but still.
Yeah. So on the Sage. Sage, they free agent benched Donzo. So again, Donzo is Donzo. He's not there, so it's great.
Donzo is Donzo.
Donzo.
He's Donzo this week.
He's Gonzo.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that people can swap their FA bench and whatnot with Zenny.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But it's good to see that they're at least going with the base, get more work in them, because again, there's some new characters to their roster. I mean, Mitsuki, someone that I feel they need to get a little more testing in, regardless. So. Focus on what makes on your base team, and if you need to bring them in.
Yeah.
Man, all this talk about focusing on your base team, and here I am keeping Moderate in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
whatever.
You also spent all your money on Moderate, so
I know.
You kind of I feel obligated to use him.
I kind of need to use him.
Why spend money on an expensive car and not drive it?
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Okay,
who wouldn't want to drive Modern?
Kurenai is FA benching PTS Giba.
And a lot of people were like thinking that they would not bench PTS Giba. I remember listening to the Ramen Cup cast when they were discussing this. They definitely didn't think that they would do PTS Giba, and they did.
Buzz gave me some reasoning as to why, and it kind of makes sense. PTS Kiba hasn't really been like he's been all over the place, and Buzz wants another trimester at the very least to try and figure out if he can get him to focus on something.
Right. Which that makes sense, and
yeah,
it's not a new problem for PTS Kiba really. It's something he's always kind of struggled with, is trying to get him to do specific things.
Something.
Like you give him one build and he would do the other. He would never do exactly what you'd build.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You build him for key and he goes melee. You build him for melee, he ult spams. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah. So, other than that, I got Guy up right now for Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess something else to say.
Nope.
They FA benched Guy.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna say I didn't see it coming. Because, I mean, he really hasn't been there a whole lot. And I don't know if he's just been kind of lackluster, but there have been a few times I noticed when he was out when he would just like stand.
He kind of does what Toby does, except doesn't do what Toby does. Like he will just run around, making his noises, woo, 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 woo.
Right.
And then he just kind of he hangs out. It's just like, it's a shame. I mean, but I can see why they do it, especially because they got Sasuke as a so much needed range utility to their roster. Because before all they really had was actually all they have is PTS Tenten really, maybe Neji with his support jutsu, for any range. So
yeah, I mean, it's a bummer. I hope they can fix Guy because we all love Guy. But if anything, everyday Guy is an option if he's better. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they even tested everyday Guy.
Both of them.
Yeah, you gotta have one together.
Yeah.
And everyday Guy, if you were to switch out War Guy for everyday Guy, that Team Ultimate with Lee might actually have Guy in there.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up we have Team Cock. And
the Cock was free agent benched.
Yeah, another team benching their namesake. So
yeah.
Interesting. I can definitely see why. The rest of their team is just so solid, and Mifune has been a great pickup.
I mean, Mifune's been great. I haven't really seen that much of PTS Sakura.
I was gonna say, I don't think
you guys were mentioning last
No,
week.
PTS Sakura, I don't think she was used once preseason, but Gur loves Sakura, so I felt that this was a given. And she was really great in the contention match. So I feel
that was with PTS Naruto as well.
It's true, but I feel like he's confident in her ability to do well. So I mean, it's fair. I think she'll do fine. Basically, a pretty similar build to what she had before. Yeah.
Yep.
So Mist, they free agent benched. Where are they at here? Kasame.
Yeah. And I thought either it was going to be between him and Haku.
They actually legitimately just copy pasted week 4.
Yeah, they did. And
god damn it.
To their deficit too, because they gave Yagura a release power, which they already gave him for their so they wasted a point.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is a thing.
I don't recall. Was Haku and Kasame in very much though in the preseason?
No, especially not Haku. And literally, they used the same they had Haku and Kisame out for preseason week 3 and 4. So yeah, they only used Haku. They used Haku and Kisame both in week 1 and 2 of preseason, but then they were both completely absent in preseason week 3.
I mean, I can't say I won't be sad to miss the water, the shark.
I know
Shark
bombs because those hurt like ridiculously.
But they seem like they want to roll with this Yagura Utakata kind of setup, so maybe that will work out. And they still do have Haku, that they have to use. So
yeah,
and Utakata has been pretty good. Yagura has been awakening, so I mean,
could be fine. Hanzo's awesome. Zabuza has been pretty good. So yeah.
Can we move on to Uchiha Clan and describe the one person that I'm really sad they're FA benching?
Yeah.
Sakura. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why? You never even had her and only.
I did talk to Edo about
and
this.
she didn't do bad. I thought she okay.
No, yeah, I did talk to him about this briefly. He said, I remembered him saying like he wanted to get more data on her, but I was just like, well, we barely saw her. We only saw her in 1 week. And it's like, yeah, that's true, and maybe I'll look into getting more data on her later. But obviously, right now he wants.
And didn't she pull a comeback? And that they didn't win, but she pulled a comeback. Like she came back from like one, yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was really good. I mean, in terms of data, but yeah, kind of sad.
I mean, it was a little bit too late because of the Raikages, but still, it was very impressive, and it makes me sad that they're focusing on not having RTB Sakura in. Like, I'm not entirely sure who I would take out. Maybe Shisui at this point. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Shisui's been good, but I also don't feel like we've seen much, so it's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time, though, I don't think it's a terrible idea because literally the only other team that can snatch a Sakura would be Kakashi, and they already have one. So I think it's fairly safe because she is on their their master list. So
she's the only Sakura on their master list.
Right? They can continue to look into her.
Yeah, but I want to see her on the field.
Oh well, me too. I'm just saying that they can still test her and maybe.
A flower only blooms on the field.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Not on the free agent bench.
That's an Ino quote. That is not a
Shut
Sakura
up. No.
No.
Ino took it from Sakura. What are you talking about?
Don't tell me what to do, Dad.
You're such a deadbeat, Dad.
But I think that it's a possibility that we could see her come back at some point in the season. I hope so. Anyway,
so Hokage, inactive bench, Hiruzen.
Which is interesting to me because I feel that Hiruzen was
he's really good.
Fairly instrumental in beating the crap out of us. And I mean,
yeah.
So was Hokage Naruto, and obviously he's still a thing. But
hey, Darky.
What?
You see what time it is?
Yes, I do.
I was supposed to bounce 10 minutes ago, so I should go do that.
All right, you can do that. We'll finish up here.
We appreciate
everybody say bye to Burn.
Bye. I gotta go do 3 galaxies. Bye.
Yeah, have fun, dude.
Bye, Burn. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. All right.
What's that? Microsoft stands.
Bye. Yeah, but here's an interesting choice there, for sure.
I mean, he's the free agent, but I mean, I guess they could always pick him up, but because I don't think anyone else could get Hiruzen besides Hokage, correct?
Yeah.
He was pretty much a safe drop for them because I know he's not in the base roster. He was the bench that they got rid of, and then they picked him up as a free A. I don't know though. Like I said, in past seasons he was a pretty good ult spammer. And he's similar to Onoki. I felt that he kind of has gotten a lot better. So it's kind of sad to see him go, but I'm glad to see them wanting to stick with Tsunade and trying to keep her in to get her to. Because last season they couldn't figure out anything and she was benched. So I do like seeing that. And plus they got the Toby Rama in there as well.
Yeah. So I mean that's really nice.
He's been doing pretty good, and again he's been doing well with his tilt. So I mean,
Yeah. Next up we have the Akatsuki, and as previously mentioned, they inactive benched Sasori. A little confusing since they gave him the
so much
power.
Testing. He was almost at every week, and he has some pretty good performances too.
He did. I think maybe he was just a little bit too much of a liability. I think they're still trying to figure him out. Like I said, I think Akatsuki is really one of those teams, I've said this a few times, that really could have benefited from some off-season testing, and they did not get it.
Yeah, because I know in the past seasons, you could kind of get away with not really getting much testing done because there really wasn't much you could do.
But this off-season was completely different.
But with AIs, it is a big change. The characters can act so differently.
Yeah, and what scares me is consider still that they're doing as well as they are.
Oh yeah, I mean they've had some really strong weeks. I mean, and they got Toby doing well. Conan is doing good.
Yeah.
Pain is doing good. Who's the other on there? I'm running a blank on the rest of the team. Mecha Naruto
Naruto.
is actually doing decently enough.
Yeah, I mean their team is pretty solid.
Oh, and Nagato, we can't forget.
Nagato's wild ride for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting, and I hope we see Sasori come back at some point. I would like to see.
They could always bring him back in, or bring him in a trimester. You know, it's not over, but maybe they just want to get some more testing on their base roster, just like how we kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
So Stone, they free agent bench Datara, which honestly we kind of could see coming with just what we saw during the weeks. You know, he felt like a liability. Unfortunately, just he would be out, and again, it could be in what was disabled or enabled on him that may have caused how he performed. So he could possibly do a lot better. You know, with those changes that have been made to him, if they ever bring him back in. But he would just be out, throw an ultimate out here and there, miss, get hit, stay out all the time, just take everything, you know. And very great, very greedy character, and it just did not help.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate trait for sure. But I mean, the team will only benefit, so at least there's that.
Got Roshi in. Shit,
it's true. Yeah. You know, hopefully we can see some improvements to Data in the future, but for now he will be warming that bench. All right, next up we have Hidden Cloud, and they chose to inactive bench Yugito and not Sakon Ukon, which is I'm sure it's actually a shock to a lot of people, because a lot of people actually expected him to be free agent or inactive bench. I don't know why. Myself included, actually.
Yeah. With just some of the performances we saw, it was okay, but not enough to warrant, like, to honestly, for me, to keep him in. Like, I felt, even with the performances from Yugito, I felt that she would have been by far the better option to keep in, just based on just what we saw.
Yeah.
And I feel she works a lot better in the team as the synergy, because again, like we talked about in the last Endcast, how I feel like sometimes he's anti-aggression, and or Cloud is more about aggression, so it kind of throws them off.
Yeah. Well, supposedly, from what I've been hearing, is that he actually does way better with his tilt enabled, and so they did enable the tilt, and I'm curious to see how he does.
If that's the case, if that makes a big difference, then I'd love to see it. I really would like to, because that'd be great. I mean, I would love to see Sakon Ukon just all of a sudden just be this force, you know, another powerful melee unit, you know. So
I mean, yeah, for Cloud,
sad to see Yugito not in there, because I like Yugito.
I'm not that enthusiastic about giving Sound another good, strong member, but whatever. But yeah, Asuma benched PTS
Choji, which I kind of see that coming too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, he didn't pair well with regular Choji,
and that was only when he was in. He was only ever used almost paired with regular.
I kind of feel like he was pretty underutilized. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have stuck him in different lineups, and he could have done better.
Asuma, PTS Choji, Shikamaru, PTS Choji, Shikamaru, Asuma. You know, just other variations. But I felt like it was just double Choji with Ino, and it just didn't work well. So
yeah, I remember a few of those tests he was doing like super well. So it's kind of shocking to me that he didn't get much limelight in the preseason. But you know, whatever. He's got underwear on his head, so I guess I can't miss too much. Next up, we have Taka. They benched Suigetsu. So yeah, Burn decided to keep in Madara instead of Suigetsu. We briefly talked about this. Of course, he's going to use Madara. He spent all of his money on him, so might as well get some use out of him. So
yeah, and he was able to get some AIs that worked well for him to warrant him staying in over Suigetsu. So you know.
Yeah.
So for the last one we got here is for Minato. Minato, they free agent benched Kakashi, Anbu Kakashi, Jonan Kakashi.
I'm kind of sad about this. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I liked when he was in. I thought he was doing pretty good.
Like, I think he's has a lot of really great spam potential. Like, if you just look at some of the setups Team Kakashi had for him last season, I think that he can pull off a lot of those really well. Just on his regular costume, Twin Lightning Shiver Ultimate, Lightning Blade as the jutsu, he spammed like crazy.
He was a pretty good force on Kakashi's team. He did well, and I saw some good stuff in tests. But I mean, I guess Yamato has been doing okay, but I honestly would have thought it might have been more of the choice to have the inactive bench, and then have Kakashi in there.
Yeah, I mean, I know like you and I have kind of like this sort of philosophy of just like try to focus on your like main team the most, try to get them solid. So that's kind of what's like striking me here about this, is that it's like, it kind of feels a little to not have him be like active, but that doesn't mean they can't get tests on him. So they can still do that.
Well, yeah, they can test him, and if they find something good, then come the next trimester or whatever they want to do, they can bring him in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's gone forever. It's just that he's just not going to be here, at least if anything until what, week 6, if he doesn't get swapped in.
Right. All right. So yeah, that is about it, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Hope you guys found this a little bit more formal.
Yeah.
In terms of information.
I'm glad we actually got to cover this.
There was a lot to cover. It was unfortunate that we couldn't do it before, but I guess it works because we were already running a good amount of time on the last.
Yeah, it would have made the last one really long.
It would have been a very long, probably almost the length of a league week.
So yeah, overall I think it actually wasn't bad. I mean, we might actually end up doing our overviews of the changes in their own separate videos from now on. So might be better that way.
I think it kind of breaks it up a bit.
Yeah, and that way we actually can give you more stuff during like.
We can focus more and go over things instead of trying to just rush it,
Right. Yeah. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for listening. This has been Orange. This is Gomeljack. Previously, Burn was with us, but he obviously had to go. So yeah.
We'll see you in week 1.
Yeah, we'll see you at the time of this recording tomorrow. So. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.